You guys ready?
Yeah.
It will be painless, I promise.
Okay.
It's Q101 Ryan Manna with Gerard and Frank of My Chemical Romance. Welcome back to Q101.
Thank you.
You know what's funny, dude? We were walking down the hall and I saw you point to that little thing that you signed.
Oh, the drawing, yeah.
You know what's here's the best part of that story. I think you guys signed it and one other band, and then we lost the key.
Oh, man.
So there's only 2 signatures on there, like you and somebody else, and we can't open it.
Yeah, we can't find the key.
It's so hilarious.
Wow. That's
So,
pretty funny.
Yeah. The CD came out 2 days ago. I guess today's Thursday.
Is it? Yeah.
Right?
2 days
Have
ago.
you heard any numbers, or do you not even care?
No, we don't care. I mean, like, it's you know, he was saying the other day, it's great. If you do get a #1, it's great because that means something that was, like, so pure and so small and it came from, like, a very real place had that kind of impact on a country. Sure. I think that's very true. Like, it's great to be #1 in that regard, but it's not something that, like, keeps us up nights, or it's not something we're overly concerned with. So.
It's nice.
It's nice, exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of nice things that can happen to you.
Right. Would you say that, I mean, sonically the album is, I mean, would you safely say that it was an ambitious step for you?
Yeah, I would definitely say that. Yeah, I think we took a lot of risks on some of the stuff that we did, and we really pushed each other as far as we could possibly go. And everybody really stepped it up on this record. Yeah, I'm really proud of everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, was there ever a point where you said, you know, you'd hear something back and you'd go, are we overdoing it?
Right.
Do
No,
you know what I mean?
There's definitely moments where, you know, we were asking ourselves, like, are we crazy? Is this pushing it too far? Like, because you can't tell, because you become so attached to something and you're so in it that you can't tell. But I kind of have this theory, like, if you push, like, way up super far, you're always going to end up a little lower than that. You know, so you have to actually overshoot. Sure. And then, you know, unless you completely lose your mind, and then you're going way over the top. But I think it's good because, you know, we're a rock band. Our natural tendency is going to be to still be a rock band, and I think that's good because it pulls in, it reins in some of that craziness.
Yeah.
So.
But you guys have definitely entered a realm now where, I mean, you know, I guess there was an anticipation to see what you guys were going to come out with, and you came out with something that was just, I think, exceeded expectations. So you definitely, like, cemented yourselves in a nice spot.
Again, with the overshooting.
Right. Exactly. Had you not,
Yeah, you got to overshoot. No, thanks for saying that, though, man.
No sweat. Is it fair to call this a concept album?
Yeah,
I guess only
very
because
fair.
it follows the patient.
Yeah,
so?
it is a concept album. I would say it's our tightest. It's not as tight as, let's say, The Wall, but it's tighter, you know, but because that's like super, I mean, like those things, you know, that's like reading a novel. A lot of this is left for interpretation, which I find to be very beneficial, and a lot of the tracks, all the tracks rather, stand alone on their own. So I would say like more like Queen's Night at the Opera was more of a concept record, but it had a definite eclecticness about it, you know.
Would you have been able to pull this off had you not gotten sober? Or I don't know if you're completely 100% sober now, but more sober than you were?
No. No, I got 2 years clean and sober, so I'm real psyched about that. I don't know. There's no way I would have been that focused. I mean, to me, the lyrics actually on this record make a ton more sense. You know, it's not just like an angry spilling out of words. It's like there's a lot of thought behind every aspect from my end and from the guys, you know. And it's not like they have ever had problems with that kind of thing, but, you know, we all used to party a lot back then.
Right.
And we were so focused this time. I don't really remember very often even seeing anybody take a sip of beer or anything. It was interesting.
Credit.
That's true.
Frank had a smirk on his face.
No, it's true.
He
Yeah.
was sneaking beers in the bathroom.
No, there was like, you know, I think there was like 1 or 2 like little milestones where everybody was like, wow, you know, let's go out for a drink.
Sure.
You know, and that was about it. But
Yeah.
like other than that, we were just so focused on the record, and I think that everyone else kind of felt like, you know, if you let loose or if you did anything to ruin your focus, like, you know, it would be detrimental to what we were doing.
Yeah,
So.
that's good. I'm glad you guys all had that sort of unified vision. You know, speaking of sobriety, I want to ask you about Liza Minnelli.
Right.
My favorite track on the disc is Mama. I don't know what the next single is going to be, but that's my vote, not that it matters. Tell me about that session, because I'm listening to the song, and it's like, you know, 2.5, 3 minutes in, and I hear her, she's like 2 lines, and you come screaming back at her, and she's gone.
Yeah.
And I just wonder how that played out.
Well, the session itself was probably one of the most amazing experiences during the whole thing. Like, it was just awesome. And, you know, everything you expect Liza Minnelli to be, she is like times 10. Like
Mhm.
she was just funny and charming, a little bit nutty, like just super talented. Like I mean, she's like legend, and
Yeah.
that's
Did she
but
exude starness?
even through the board, even though we weren't in the same room with her, she was in New York, we were in LA.
Okay.
And we just talked through the soundboard. We just like push a button, and she was just such a professional. Yet she had such a charisma about her, and she just nailed everything right away. And she was totally cool with her line being followed by the foulest line on the record. And I asked her that, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm okay with that." So.
Why her? I mean, why did you guys pick her?
She carries with her a sense of tradition, really.
Yeah.
Like she was in cabaret. It's a very cabaret song. Cabaret has always kind of been a small part of this band, especially if you listen, like, Prison off the last record has that element. And it's really about going to the source, and we wanted somebody that had a really strong voice that carried with it a lot of strength, a lot of sorrow, and,
It's that old, I love that old sort of feel. It's like that, that really strange sort of feel that you get when you hear her part in that song.
Yeah,
that's
you guys,
exactly why.
And that's what you guys nailed.
You can't really put it into words, but you know it had to be her.
Yep,
Right,
you know what I mean?
for sure. All right, I'll let you guys get out of here. You know what? I got these 4 DVDs in the mail today, and to be honest with you, I wouldn't watch them, but they look like something you guys would like. So.
All right, thanks.
Oh, Masters of Horror?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is Masters of Horror stuff.
Yeah.
Last question. Are you guys?
Thanks, man.
You're like
Thank you so
right
much.
at the beginning of all of this. So are you ready for? I remember when Green Day was in like a week before American Idiot came out, and I asked them the same question, and they said, "Yeah, I think so." And now looking back, they went through a hell of a lot, and you guys are like, you're like the next plane on the runway. Here you go. Are you ready?
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
Because it's starting. You're not gonna
as ready
breathe
as you
for like
can
2
be.
years.
Like we had a feeling when we were making this record. You know when you were creating something very unique and very special, and we had a funny feeling like the hairs would often stand up on the backs of our necks.
That's the thing. I mean, anytime. Who said it? Like a thought leaves your head, it becomes less pure. Like it's not the same thing anymore.
Oh, Thurston more. It's in the first Sonic Youth record. He says something like, "The minute the music comes out of your head, it's been compromised."
Yeah. With this, that we had these certain expectations of what this song could be or what this record could be, and usually when that comes to life and it's recorded and it's out there, you're like, it wasn't exactly the way I thought it was going to be, or this is a little different. I like it better, but it's not the same. And with this record, everything is I'm just so happy with everything. There's nothing I wanted to do differently. I don't know. I'm shocked at how good.
That's the thing. It would have almost compromised it to leave it in our heads, and like it came out way better than it was in our heads. So.
And you know how few people can ever say that. So
yeah,
to be
it's
in
crazy.
That category is rare and special. Congrats on making.